I won a billion-dollar case, became an internet villain, solved a murder the police gave up on, and somehow still had to explain myself at work throwaway account because my name trends like a bad song every time corruption gets exposed. Also because powerful men hold grudges like toddlers. This is long. Get snacks. I'm a young African woman, a lawyer, corporate litigation, which means I argue for a living, but only professionally, because apparently when men raise their voices, it's leadership, and when I do, it's concerning. I worked at one of those elite law firms where everyone drinks espresso like it's oxygen, everyone pretends sexism is subtle, and everyone says, we're like a family. While sharpening knives, I was the youngest associate and the only woman in my department, which meant I was asked to take notes in meetings I was leading, introduced as very bright instead of very capable, and reminded constantly that I should be patient. Patient for what? Retirement. Then came the case of Titan Corp, the corporate villain with a logo. Titan Corp was being sued by displaced communities, environmental activists, one whistleblower who clearly hated sleeping peacefully. The allegations were wild: illegal dumping, bribery, forged environmental reports, and threatening anyone who spoke up. Everyone assumed Titan Corp would win. Why? Because they always did. I noticed a discrepancy in their environmental compliance timeline. A tiny thing. A few dates didn't align. I brought it up in a meeting. A senior partner smiled. The kind of smile men use when they think they're being kind. Let's not complicate things. Sir, this is literally a complicated things profession. I kept digging. Emails, shipping logs, satellite imagery, internal memos that might as well have been titled Evidence for Future Prosecutors. I slept maybe 4 hours a night. I ate vending machine snacks. Spite sustained me. Courtroom theater. Titan Corp's lead witness strutted into court like he owned the building. Expensive suit, perfect hair, confidence purchased with decades of never being questioned. He spoke for hours, smooth lies, corporate poetry. When it was my turn, I smiled. Soft, calm, non-threatening. Then I asked about land restoration. He answered confidently. I nodded. Then I pulled up satellite images on the screen. These images are dated 6 months before the oil spill. Can you explain how your company restored land that hadn't been destroyed yet? The silence was so loud it deserved its own microphone. The judge leaned forward. The witness blinked. Once, twice. The internet later called it the moment his soul left his body. Titan Corp lost. Billions in damages. My name exploded online. People debated. My facial expressions. My tone. My existence. Men with no legal training suddenly became constitutional scholars. I received fan mail, hate mail, threats. One marriage proposal that started with, I like strong women, but blocked. Back at work, things were chilly. I wasn't congratulated. I was analyzed. Was I too visible? Was I too bold? Was I a risk? A colleague said, you were lucky the judge was sympathetic. Yes, judges are famously sympathetic to facts. I documented everything. 6 months later, I got promoted. They smiled through gritted teeth. Delicious. One bright Tuesday afternoon, Amina called me. Amina was my anchor, my best friend. Her brother Khalid was magnetic, the kind of man who walked into rooms like he belonged everywhere. He landed a multi-million-dollar tech contract. We celebrated, took photos, planned futures. He went out with friends. He didn't come back. The lounge was loud. Gold lighting. VIP sections. Khalid collapsed mid-laugh. By morning, he was dead. Police conclusion: no evidence of foul play. Translation: this looks complicated and the people involved are rich. The toxicology report was rushed. The CCTV footage was missing. Witnesses suddenly had amnesia. I investigated, found Khalid refused to alter contract terms. Someone stood to lose millions. One drink he alone consumed. The poison was subtle, delayed, designed to look natural, classy. How I solved a murder without a badge, a gun, or anyone's permission. Let me be clear, I did not wake up one morning and decide to play detective. I was forced into it. Because when the police say, we've exhausted all leads, what they really mean is, the leads are rich, well-connected, and exhausting us. The official report said Khalid died from unknown causes, possibly accidental ingestion. Accidental, yes, because people accidentally ingest rare imported toxins while celebrating multi-million-dollar contracts all the time. The toxicology report was 4 pages long. It should have been 12. Red flag number 1. The timeline was vague. Red flag number 2. The phrase, no signs of struggle, appeared 3 times. Red flag number 3, 4, and 5. I'd seen this before, not in murder cases, but in corporate scandals. Same handwriting, different crime. I started with what I knew. The lounge had 1 VIP section, 1 reserved bottle service, 1 table Khalid never left. I requested CCTV footage. They said it was corrupted. Of course it was, so I requested staff schedules, POS transaction logs, bottle inventory records. Funny thing about luxury lounges? They track everything except crimes. The drink that didn't make sense. Khalid ordered a specific drink, top shelf, imported, sealed bottle. Only 1 glass from that bottle was consumed. That bothered me. I checked the receipt, then the inventory, then the delivery records. The bottle was opened before it reached the table. Red flag, wearing a tuxedo. I interviewed staff, not aggressively, not officially, just politely. People talk when you don't treat them like criminals. One waitress mentioned, the bottle service manager insisted on handling that table personally. Interesting, another staff member said. He said it was a VIP client. No mistakes. No mistakes, except the murder. I traced Khalid's contract negotiations. 3 days before his death, he refused to renegotiate profit margins, add an exclusivity clause, sign a rushed amendment. Someone stood to lose millions, and that someone had private access, influence over the lounge, and a relationship with the bottle service manager, romantic and criminal. I consulted a private toxicologist. The substance, tasteless, colorless, activated slowly, mimicked natural organ failure. Not something you buy casually, not something you use unless you really don't want questions. This wasn't passion, this was planning. Thank you for watching. Please watch out for part 2.